What's good, YouTube? Dre here with Different Gaming. I'm going to be bringing you guys a Invoked Shaddoll Deck Profile. This is going to be a different kind of deck profile. I'm going to be doing deck profiles for, returning players, players that's wanting to try out a new deck but really don't don't have a good concept of it, and this is to give a good skeleton, a good build. This is actually a good competitive build that you can use. Side deck is not going to be included in any of these deck profiles. Side deck is mainly meta preference or player preference. Um, so there won't be any more side decks unless um, I'm getting coverage of deck profiles from my buddies and from other members on the team. Or if I go to locals, which hopefully I can go this Sunday, trying to go so I can get some very good competitive deck profile for you guys. Uh, and also, I'm going to be doing, budget alternatives. Not everyone can get these high dollar cars, like Dragoon, the Red Eyes package, and so on and so forth. So I have some alternatives, these two stacks, just for the budget friendly uh, players. Me, I am budget friendly, but I am a rarity whore. I will let that be known. Um, but that's enough for that. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the deck profile for y'all. And to start off, we play 3 Alistair, uh, the best and only normal summon of the deck. Uh, if you don't know what he does, normal summon, add an invocation, damaged up, pitch it, fusion summon monster. Well, the fusion monster gains 1,000 attack and defense. So, very important. Very important. For the Shaddoll package, play 2 Wendy, 2 Squamata, and for this format, I feel like playing 2 Ariel is a lot better than playing 2 Hedgehog, just because Dragon Link is graveyard reliant, Dinos is graveyard reliant, Eldritch is graveyard reliant, even road decks are graveyard reliant. So Ariel is just a much more meta call than player preference, but there's some players that prefer to play 2 just because it is very good. You do use 1 for the combo if you're playing pure, but for the one ofs, we got the 1 Hedgehog, 1 Beast, and 1 Dragon. A lot of people are playing 2 Hedgehog. Um, doesn't matter if you don't like Ariel at 2, then you can drop the 1 to play the second Hedgehog. Um, but this is the perfect Shaddoll lineup. Then for the hand traps, play 2 Phantasme, 3 Ash, then 3 Nibiru. Now, if you cannot get Nibiru, I have a nice little spicy tech in here, but if you cannot get Ash Blossoms or Nibiru's, you can play Gores. No, Gores doesn't do anything on the 5th summon or after the 5th summon, but it's the same utility as Nibiru. Just Nibiru is a lot better. But if everyone's always wanting to clear boards and leave you with an empty board, so just drop a Gores on them. I haven't tested this yet, so the idea's out there now. I hope someone takes this idea and I see it. I get to see it on YouTube. Like that would really make me happy. But yeah, just play the Gores. Uh, Play the Gores, or yeah, just play Gores and get Lancius and the Phantasmes. If I had to suggest over Nibiru's and Nash, or Drone Lockbirds if you can, and playing the Dragoon package. Like I said, this is a competitive build, so I've put the time into this deck and the testing. So the Dragoon package, if you can't get the Dragoon package, you can easily do another Hedgehog, the more Shaddoll support. A card that I used was Spellbook of Knowledge. It's really good. Turn 1, if you have Alistair against Ash, you just Spellbook of Knowledge, send it, draw 2. Upstart, or Rush, or Shaddoll Core. There's so many cards that you can use that has much more utility with the deck besides these two, because if you draw these, there's technically nothing that you can do, but you can still fuse with them because they're dark, but you don't want to get rid of them because you're playing the Dragoon package and you only play these 2 bricks and then the fusion. So if you can't get the Dragoon package, don't worry, don't be kicking yourself in the foot or the back of the butt, or whatever, however that saying goes. I don't know. But there's so many different options. You just have to explore and just test. That's the best advice that I can give you. To continue on to the spells, play the best card of the format, Super Poly. Been testing on DB, a new personal competitive build, and this card is too strong, too good. Then I played 2 Shaddoll Fusion, 1 L Shaddoll. This is a perfect lineup for this build. After I've tested this build so many times, minus the Gorzes. They're easily accessible. You're not seeing them in your first hand with no way to use them. You can easily, dump with Squamata or Construct, but that's perfect ratio. And honestly, if you lose and you're going first, I side out too and just have the 1. Especially El Shaddoll, it's an easy side out. You basically use El Shaddoll to either OTK or, kind of help you reinstate the game state, or simplify the game state. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Then for it's not invoked without Magical Meltdown, you play 3 and then 2 Invocation. Perfect number. Also, like I said, you can play Terraforming. I don't recommend you play Terraforming because Dro and Lockbird is a card. Ash is a very strong card this format. So you want to get straight to your Alistair, and that's it. If you hard draw Meltdown and you activate it, it gets Ash, or you get Droll and Lockbird afterwards. Doesn't matter because this card is active. You just want this card to be active. So it's very good, especially if you're going second and you open up a Shaddoll Fusion and Meltdown. Then yeah, you're going to be ahead. You're definitely going to be ahead. 2 Invocation, wouldn't play more, wouldn't play less. Then for the 1-ofs, Call by the Grave, gotta play it. Foolish, and then Red Eyes Fusion. Call by is that 1-of that you just have to play against hand traps. Really helps you in a situation where you need an Alistair to search and you don't want to get Ash or Droll and Lockbird. So there you go. Foolish, Foolish is a bait. It's a starter. And then of course you gotta have the Red Eyes Fusion. Then for the last 2 cards, the best cards, well, the next to best cards, Resh and Schism. Only thing that I can say is if you don't get the Dragoon package first, don't put your money into the Dragoon package. Put your money into getting this card first. This card is at $40. I got this card when it was $7. And that's when I just got back into the game. This card is a highly recommended card to have in Shaddolls. And that's any Shaddolls. Any variant of Shaddolls that you play. This card wins games. This card outs any card in the game. And it doesn't target. So that is you get a free fusion. You get to send that doesn't target. And you can use materials from graveyard or face up on a field. So after all your Shaddolls are used up like beforehand, here's a better way to get more utility out of your Shaddol monsters when they hit the grave. So I definitely suggest you getting Schism. And Rush is a good interruption card. On to the and of course Gore's token, or whatever token you prefer. But onto the extra deck. I was about to say side deck, but onto the extra. We have Starving Venom for your super poly targets. Dragoon, because you play the Dragoon package and he's a finisher. If you play Dragoon with Winda and a Schism, you win. Like, there's enough said. And just to add a fuel to the fire, have a Mechaba. So 2 Omni Negates with the Floodgate, and then yeah, it's so good. But these are good. I also have alternatives for these. If you can't get a Dragoon or a Starving Venom, another good super poly target, this thing was Drago Stepilla. That's a good super poly target. Mud of the Dragon, I don't have a copy of it, but Mud of the Dragon is a good one. You know, just explore your options. You know, this is just the build that I've been working with. I was just wanted to throw the Gorzas in there. I wanted to profile this deck for you guys so y'all can get some ideas for the Shaddoll, 2 Winda, 2 App Cologne, and then 2 Construct. If anyone has seen any of my previous profiles, you will see that I only play 1 App Cologne. But I bet you're probably wondering, why are you wanting to bump it up to 2? Because if you can't get Starving Venom or Dragoon, besides this, you can play the second App Cologne. Like, you have more freedom to utilize with your extra deck. Like, it's not as tight as it should be. And also, like I said, you can, if you can't get that, you play the Caliga. already play one Macabre, but you can also play the second. And also, if you don't have the second app clone or you can't get it in time, I definitely recommend playing Shikanaga. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pisano. I seen his profile and he's bringing Shikanaga back. My thought was there, but there's really no Earths, but there's still Zoo going around, and really it depends on your locals and if you're playing the remote duels or you know it just all depends on your location. Shikanaga is good, especially if your locals is playing at Emancipator or a Rock Stun deck, then yeah, works out perfectly. For the invoke monsters, you really don't play much. You kind of play more of your Shaddolls, more of than the invoke. But you got a Guades, Raging, and then the one Mechaba. You really don't need two Mechaba. Having two Mechaba is like having three Window. If you use it right and you negate the right cards, then you only need the one. And if you have Mechaba with the Schism plus anything else that can help you push forward, then you don't need the second one. But you can play the second one. Just drop an app cologne, or like I said, if you don't have Dragoon and whatnot, or Anaconda, then yeah. For the links, play one Artemis, one Gravity Controller, one Anaconda, and then one Alistair Invoker of Madness. Only 4 links you need for this build. I've tested every single link possible that could remotely even work with this deck, and these are the best 4 that I have found. And want to know the reasoning behind it? Here you go. Alistair turns into a light monster. If you have El Shaddoll Fusion, that starts your combo, sets you up. Gravity Controller, really it's this card is nuts. It's ridiculously nuts because you can just fuse into an app cologne just to link into Gravity Controller to add a Schism and then discard a card, and you have a dark that bounces a monster on your opponent's side in the extra monster zone that does battle back to the extra deck. So, and it can be destroyed by monsters in the monster zone. Anaconda, 2 effect monsters, pay 2,000, get to do whatever you want. That's basically what this is. You do your play. You set up a Mechaba, or you set a Shaddoll monster. Well, no, you set up a Mechaba and you go into Anaconda, pay 2,000, go into your Dragoon, or depending on the game state, you can just Anaconda, pay 2,000, send Super Poly, and then Super Poly their field away. I mean, that's Anaconda. Every other Link 2 is just not good for this build. Now, if you're playing pure Cross Sheep, yes. Which, if this deck profile can get 10 likes, I'll do a pure Shaddoll deck profile. I haven't done a pure Shaddoll deck profile in a while. And with the new Shaddoll cards that's out, I would really like to profile that for you guys. I know a lot of people are wondering, oh, how am I going to do Shaddolls now? Don't worry. Got you. That's what this channel is for. And to finish off, Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. Card is very good. This is your cross sheet for this specific type of deck. Discard a card. Your Shaddolls trigger off the effect. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe I've seen enough of footage. I mean, enough duels to where people are using this and they ditch a Shaddoll monster and they still get the effect, and then add invocation. So, if I'm wrong, comment in the comment section below. But that's the deck profile. Sorry it was a little lengthy, but like I said, I'm bringing different deck profiles. I'm going to be having alternatives in the deck profile for the budget friendly players. You know, just if you don't know or don't have that idea of what to play, then that's what this channel's for. That's what we're here for. So like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.